Hi, okay, it's Coco LaRue. I'm back to do the Bantu knot takedown and show you all how I style it. So let's get started. This is going to be my last video with transitioning hair. The next time we see one another, I'll be doing my medium chop and living and learning to live with my new all-natural head of hair. Okay, so let's get started. So, as I explained in the last video, I took a lot of bobby pins to secure the knots. As always, I have the jojoba oil on my fingers to help with slippage, and so that your fingers don't get tangled in your hair in any way. And so you just unscrew the knot. You can see it's a pretty nice tight curl. So we're going to take down a couple of them, and then I am going to shut the tape off and then come back and we'll do the styling. But again, it's just finding the pin. Okay. Finding the little hoop of the pin, pulling it out, and stretching the curl out. So I was saying yesterday, if you're careful, you'll have a nice little curl at the end, and I do. It took a long time for me to do these knots last night because I really wanted to make sure that I didn't do any kind of shortcuts. I took the time to dampen my finger each time with the aloe vera juice in the water, and put some of the shea butter coconut oil combination on each strand. So you can see they're really nicely formed. And I'm going to pull them and stretch them out when I go to style them. But anyway, alright, so I'm going to come back after I've taken them all down, and we'll start looking at me kind of bunching it, pulling it, and styling it to something that I like. Okay, be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. Let me say one thing, and if you don't hear anything else I say for the rest of this video, hear me when I say this. When it comes to Bantu knots, if your hair is not completely dry, do not try to manipulate it. You are going to be sorry. It's going to be bushy because it's not fully dry. Do yourself a favor. Either leave it unraveled and let it air dry. If you're a natural that doesn't mind being underneath the dryer, then sit underneath the dryer for a couple of minutes. I just did, but you want to make sure your hair is fully dry. And that's why you have to be careful about how much you dampen your hair before you do the knots, or spritz it afterwards, because like I said, when it's twisted tight, it really holds the moisture in. Okay, so this is my hair fully down, and what I start to do is I do put a little bit more of jojoba oil, just a little, like I've just tilted the bottle onto my palm. There's just a little bit, rub it on just a little bit, and run it over my head, and then I grab big chunks of hair for the look I'm going for, and start to run my hands through it. Now, let's be clear. Hair, like anything else in life, you have to do it to your liking, to your satisfaction. This is just the way that I like to do it. So I will keep pulling it and manipulating it until it's the style that I'm interested in. Again, this is what I do. There's a little bit of shedding. It's a full strand. It's not breakage. It's got the little bulb at the end, which I know there is no way, I'm dreaming, that on my flip cam that you'd be able to see. But style it the way that you want to. Some of you are going to want to separate it. Some of you are going to want to, twist it and mold it, and that's fine. Whatever you want to do, do it. But I'll continue to work this, and it'll be curly, and it'll be big, and that's the way I like it. And it'll also be, all the parts will be gone. The oil is important because it allows your hand to easily slip past through your hair, and that you're not taking any hair out with it. So I'm going to continue to do this. You get the point, and I will come back afterwards and show you the final product. I do want to point one thing out to you. Down here again is where I did my test. Here I did like a vinegar wash. Here I just did the aloe vera juice and water. And here I did the Kinky Curly Custard. and Bantu knot these 3 sections to kind of see what the outcome would be, because the reality is after tomorrow this is basically going to be the length of my hair. So this is the section I'm most interested in, because that's what I'll be living with. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out to you all. I'm going to continue to work with my hair, and then I will come back and show you the final style. Okay, I'll be back. Hi, okay, I'm back, and this is the final result. I've taken the Bantu knots, stretched them, twisted them, manipulated them. I do use a little bit of the Eco Styler Argan Oil. I know lots of people use the olive oil version. They didn't have that available when I bought this from Sally's, and it was on sale the week that I bought it. It was under $4. It was like $3 and some change, which I thought was excellent. Because this is 32 fluid ounces. It's got a max hold of 10. And I use minimal amount. I mean, I don't even know if you can see that. It's just a little bit that I spread on my fingers. It gets all the way on my fingers. And so when I'm touching a cluster of hair, if I want to make sure that it doesn't get frizzy or have stray hairs, that's kind of what I twist around my finger. And see how well defined the curl is? Can you see? I love that. So I like there to be some hairs, clusters that are more defined amongst the big group of hair. So anyway, so this is the look. I don't particularly love that, but I have a weak point there, and so I think that that's what kind of produces that spacing instead of it being as full. And I have the same sort of thing here too. I'm going to be working on that as I continue through the journey. So I've got the 2 weak spots that I'm going to work on. I also have the gray patch here that I will do a rinse on, and so that'll be in future videos. Tomorrow we're doing the medium chop, so I will see you then. Have an excellent, excellent Friday, and I'll see you on Saturday. Take care.